Day by day thy children
From thy hands are fed, follow we thank thee, for this table's friend. And folks, it's a real treat. This is really a table spread.
I don't know.
And what we have here today is goat, done specially by D.
Maybe we want an next plate.
Roti
To put the roti.
from Sita. Roti from Sita.
Sita roti,
Roti,
boy,
Sita,
Sita
your roti
roti.
reach up here, girl. You fly all the way to Florida. And look at this pot. Oh my gosh. Can I just stir it a little? Oh, Santa boy, you should have been here. Oh my goodness.
Also, this is roti from Sita.
Roti from Sita.
Okay.
Avocado from Paramin.
Mexico. Mexico.
Mexico.
Either Mexico or California. Sita is known now far and wide, you know, everywhere. True?
Mm-hmm.
When the friends come to visit, we order roti, we go in wherever we go in, we buy, order roti from Sita.
This roti tastes nice. Mm-hmm.
Last year when we came, I brought from hunting.
Oh. Wow.
So D, tell me something. What did you put into this goat? I'm sorry I didn't catch you bungeing this morning. It didn't work out too well for me. But how did you do this thing?
Well, first you cut your goat up, you season it. I use cilantro
Uh-huh.
and
Cilantro is out of any?
nah, cilantro is look like parsley, but it's not. And you season that with that. I put some thyme, German thyme. That's what you have here. And again, garlic, plenty garlic.
Plenty garlic.
Yeah. Salt, black pepper. And before you show them this lands, this is methi and jeera.
Methi and jeera.
Yes, I put that in the pot first to get brown, black.
You growing that in the backyard?
No. So,
I know your husband is a landscaper and he's a boss, you know.
so you put in that
Methi and what's this one?
first, jeera.
Oh, the whole jeera.
And cut up some garlic. And you throw in that in the pot and you let that get like almost black. Then you put in your curry. You fry your curry up. I put a little masala.
The black masala.
Yeah.
I could taste the masala.
Yeah.
I could see Sana doing this now.
And you put in your goat and let it well bungy. Bungy.
Yeah, that would have been good to get on film, Nancy.
Yes. I wanted to, but I failed.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the end result,
It's good.
I say fantastic.
Fantastico, eh?
And the roti was just the thing for this goat.
Oh man. Sita, you have the best roti.
Yeah, she's good.
Wow. Oh, this is
You
this.
try the butter crab, Omar?
No, that's it. I'll bring you that this time.
I'm trying to, I jealous all, you know. I want to come out and respect you too.
Of course.
The cameraman getting a little problem here, but I go work out there.
You think we should talk this more?
I feel so.
Yeah.
I get a little cool.
1, 2. You don't have to come on with the step.
Yes. Yes, I'll catch you over. Okay. Louise, you want to shift your chair a little bit, girl? I know you like the camera, you know.
And Omar, you could just put a little wet napkin on
Sit
it.
down there.
That helps it. Like a wet napkin and
Yeah.
put it to the top.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, man. Well, they can't leave me out now.
Nah.
They say no time to ball. I want to have a girl, you know.
At all. If you say what a burger land, sit down, go put you out.
See? She threatening me not to say that.
We gotta get water.
We gotta get a red solo, girl. A red solo.
You want the soda in here?
No. I good. I real good. Thank you. I only just teasing, you know.
If it goes better,
I've got good orange juice though.
oh, we have one juice?
Yeah, we'll take some of the orange juice. Thank you. Yeah.
You see that?
What's your name, man? What's your name?
Oh, sorry.
Omar, remember Mama, do ya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's in America now, you know.
Oh, really?
She got stuck here in New York,
Okay.
COVID time.
Uh-huh.
So now she's in a home in America, right?
She's not home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she only know 84.
84.
I was on the phone with man, boy.
I'm going to see now about it.
Hmm?
Come on, one drink is good.
She's out of work.
One drink good for Louis
She's out
and
of
I.
work
What?
in New York.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
before she was back and she always was back and forth from America, Trinidad
You sure?
to America, New
Well,
York.
we have a next one here.
Now when she go in America time,
Real good.
Okay.
she carrying everything, yeah? Cooking everything, packing.
Okay.
And she must carry 1 or 2 red sweet drink.
Oh, really?
But then Mama do you red sweet drink you can do? She say, yeah. Tiny like it with roti.
Mm.
And what was her son?
He
So
have
now,
it too.
what's been up? Let me tell you something. The first person we met in Trin City, when we moved, the day we moved up there, was Mama Doya, you know. Mama Doya was tying out a goat.
Doing what?
Tying out a goat.
Because
So the
remember
houses
she
are
was on
safe.
the old Dinsley settlement.
Okay.
The houses opposite didn't have where they are now. That was vacant land, and our children will be going across. Liba, Lasana, Lisa, and Kenna, dal and rice, you know. Dal and rice, you know.
Liba, yak, Mama do yak. She used to say gall and rice.
Mhm.
No, but she was a really nice lady.
I remember London.
What is it, doctor? They had dal, rice, and TV.
Dal rice. Like dal rice and tea.
Hmm?
I'll never forget.
Lyndon, what you like?
Rice, dal, and TV.
Yeah, you tell him that doctor. When he say, what you like, boy? He said, dal, rice and TV.
Mm.
Oh, man. Look how them kids grow up, eh?
Yeah,
Boy,
man.
those boys, with your boys, when you see them come down to Lupia, they were wild, you know.
Yeah, boy.
Some stories that I will tell you.
Adventurous, you know,
They
man.
going down and catching the cascadoo
Yeah.
in the river.
Yeah, all in the lagoon in the back there, in the swamp.
When they come home, they paid and you ain't know nothing.
I put a pipe outside, a
So I
shower.
just say, some party went, he almost reached his neck.
Yeah.
He fall down in the cow thing. And I hold there.
Boy, they're my boy days.
And I ain't know none of this now.
Then I end up putting a shower outside.
Put them
But
there.
shall
Because when I look in the back, when you see them come in there, everything wrong, you know. You only see 2 eyes.
Yeah, you know, we are putting on, and then when they covered in mud,
Yeah, those boys had a good time.
and I look at them and say, oh, they ain't coming in here, you know.
What's been out, them children really have good memories of all their body.
Yeah.
Real good memories. We too, you know.
Go down there was
So you like
exciting for them.
this is the goat with the skin.
Mm-hmm.
But the skin
Yeah.
nice and soft.
But wait now,
Uh-huh.
it's very unusual for people to be eating goat with skin.
The Jamaicans eat it with the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Randy taught me that. So I do buy goat without the skin now. Very nice.
It
It's
retains,
almost
it
like
retains.
pork skin, huh?
Yeah, and they roast it.
Mm-hmm.
So the skin retains the flavor of having been roasted.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you roast the duck with the skin. It's like the goat.
Mm-hmm.
This better when it is.
I love that.
This is
In
rather.
Trinidad, they hang the goat up and they
They
cut
skin
that
it.
skin out
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and then put it to dry. And then they use that to make drums.
I want a little more.
Moment.
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. You're too high. Yeah.
You must overheat that or something.
No. No. I'll get it right. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to wrap it in the wet napkin.
Yeah.
There's some juice there for everyone.
This was top of the line there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nancy, we had to get up early. I have to get up early
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. The boys under the door.
We don't wake you up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or we drag you up and throw you there so.
I say one of these days I'll jump on the bed. Louis!
Sleepyhead. Omar is my cousin Levi.
Mm-hmm.
He will get up early and we will be sleeping when we ride him. He will pass by the door. Sleepyhead. Get up. Mm.
You say get old now?
Yeah, boy, he really he's not able to drive and thing anymore. I remember that he used to be driving from Canada to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, and how is his wife?
She's doing good.
Okay.
She's doing good.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of overland trips you all have made in the past?
Oh boy. We go all over driving.
Uh-huh.
Georgia. The biggest really was from doing the whole northern range,
Mm-hmm.
from North Dakota, going through the mountains,
Mhm.
coming out Seattle, to Montana, all that area there. Beautiful, the best trip.
Mountainous region.
Beautiful.
We want to do
Fantastic.
that with Joe and Gary.
Uh-huh.
And that's the year Lance got his heart attack.
Oh, that is something I think I could do again.
Oh gosh, when you're doing that,
Yeah. It,
You went by car, you went by RV, what?
Car.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped in Billings. We drove down from we were in North Dakota, then we come to Montana, and we went up about, it could be about 10 miles or 5 miles from Alberta. It was right on the border there.
Mm.
Then
Canada, Alberta.
yeah, we were right there in Montana. Then we drove back down. We were going deeper into the mountains,
Mm.
right, and going through the Indian reservation and all of that. And then a storm was coming, and then Blaine called and he said, no, it's kind of dangerous because these Indians up there, there could be a problem sometime with strangers
Okay,
and
okay.
all of that. So he said,
So who? It was just you and me and each other.
it was Laura and her children. Anna was with us,
Yeah.
and me and Dee, and I was driving the truck for part of the way because they were moving from Montana to Billings, not Billings,
Friend.
no, Post Falls,
Okay.
where most of the friends are. There are a lot of friends there.
Very
So-
close to Idaho.
Yeah, right on the border there. So, nothing, no, that's on the border, Coeur d'Alene now. Beautiful.
Never hear about that place.
Girl, we going through the mountain, beautiful, huh? I driving and I excited. I driving the truck and I can't believe, like how we looking at the plains and the mountains and
mhm,
stuff. And then I look in the distance, you see the snow-capped mountain over here,
Mm-hmm.
and we driving there. it's really fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then we drove, we stopped in Billings, where the refinery and stuff is there.
Mhm.
Because Blaine says, don't go all through the night. We stop. He paid for the hotel and everything. He
Mhm.
said, stop. Because he know the drive. But we wanted to go through, but he says, no, gotta stop here. Because I thinking it's we going through this thing, but when you look at the map, man, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So
So overnight.
we overnight, and then we get up next morning, we had breakfast, and we shoot out again.
Mm-hmm.
And then Coeur d'Alene is like, it's like, I'll tell you, we come down, when we get to Idaho, we climb on the top of the mountain. And then you're descending into Coeur d'Alene. So Coeur d'Alene is down here, the lake here, and there's a mountain here. It's one of the most beautiful things you'll see, that area.
So that is in what country?
That's in the States.
In the
Montana.
States, what
Yeah,
state?
Idaho.
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 Yeah, that's what I mean.
Have a lot of potato up there.
Well, I hear they have a lot, but right where we were was, we were on the foot of the mountains.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you didn't actually drive through Idaho?
No. Yeah, well, a long way, but on the mountainside. We didn't come down here. So they have all this, and beautiful, but Coeur d'Alene is just fantastic. The way it is. So we stayed in Coeur d'Alene, and then they got a place right there, maybe about 5 miles away was Post Falls. What's the name of the place? It wasn't Post Falls, it's something else. But it's on the border of Coeur d'Alene. So when you go up to her house, right? So you're going into the mountains a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All the houses is like this on a step going up the mountain like.
Right.
So everybody has a fantastic view. Like she sit down in the back porch. They all have like a back porch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She
right
sit down
outside
and
the kitchen.
The mountain right there, and all the
Yeah,
snow
yeah.
and everything there.
Cold, it was
So,
cold.
so this is where at a hotel? Or?
No, that's where Laura
Oh.
and they were going to stay.
They had
They had a whole house there, big house.
Okay.
It had 3 stories really. It's 3.
I think so, yeah. It had a basement,
Yeah.
it had a next one,
Yeah.
and then a next one.
Right.
Yeah.
So they
There
were
was
going
a-
to spend the vacation there?
No, that was where they were going to live. They
Oh, they
moved,
lived there?
Yeah.
they moved from what they call
Plentywood.
Plentywood is a laid back country kind of. They have this old bar, okay, corral kind of.
Mhm.
Western, the
Mhm.
western doors you walk through.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's still the same way the people say. Since those days, the 1800 of the West,
Mhm.
it's still the same way. So it was a privilege of going
Oh, yeah.
where a gunfight took place.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, they have the history where the gunfight took place, and they have a bar. The bar remained the same,
Mhm.
but they sell a pizza out of it and bar and things. So it was nice to go in there and get a pizza and walk around that little town there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but Justin and them used to live there. So they know all the little spots there and things. So that's where we moved from.
Now, excuse me,
From
from
there.
the bit again. Just a little bit, please.
Yeah.
Not plenty.
But when we got to this place, boy,
Thank you very much.
it's a
Thank
big
you.
difference. So,
Yeah, one
No,
thing-
yeah.
This is good. This is
Oh,
good.
okay.
Thank you very much.
It's a big difference to where they used to live out there in the country,
Mhm,
right?
mhm,
They used to live near the convention ground in Montana,
Mhm.
right? So,
I'm finished. Thank you.
so yeah, so this now,
Mm-hmm.
boy, you talk about beautiful places, that place Coeur d'Alene. And then all that little area around there.
Mhm.
So up there plenty friends because they had while we were there unpacking, the friends come to help and all kind of thing there.
Mhm.
They're all from Post Falls now, right? So Post Falls is the next town over,
Mhm.
right? So we hang there. We stayed there a couple of days, I think, and then we decided no, we had to come home. But so we changed the flight and all of that now. But the only flight we had now is to come through Seattle.
Mhm.
So we had to-
Consider it.
Yeah. So we had to drive now from Coeur d'Alene area here
Yeah.
and go all the way west to the end there now. So we at the end of the country here now in
Mhm.
Seattle, up here near Vancouver area then.
Right.
So we up here. But that drive through all that mountain and beautiful, fantastic. somebody says one of the best drives they, I really enjoy it. The only thing up there, they'll drive fast.
Really?
Because when we were going to the airport, I went to the rental place to rent a car because Justin take us to. He want to go all the way to Seattle. I said no, because I take him days to go and come and get a job to go to start. So I said no, hold on here. So yeah, so I go down to the rental place and I look, and Trinidad, they're looking for the economy thing, right? So I go, I tell the fella, you have any little Nissan, you know, little Sentra, what they have, you know? He look at me, he said, where you going? I said, I'm going Seattle. He said, well, buddy, that ain't go. He said, let me get that for you. So I had to get a big SUV. And I'm glad he got that thing for me.
Really?
Because when you going up them mountains,
Yeah, you have to have a good car.
or you're coming down them mountains, buddy, them truck, the speed limit up there is, I think, was 80 miles, but everybody driving 100 miles per hour. And the
Coming
road-
down the mountain?
Yeah. Coming down, uphill, downhill, them fellas, they know the road.
Truckers, they're talking about.
Truckers, car, everybody, no, they have no cop. Yeah, that's that
Everybody
area to the
going
mountain.
around.
But you slip off the road, you're dead, because when you're passing inside the road, you road someday, you really can't see nothing down there, you know, it's a mountain, you know. But them fellas get used to it, so, but I take my time, you know, because I don't know this road. I tell you,
Soft and nice. Sorry, I'm well.
no,
Sorry.
no, I going down a hill, boy. I tell you, I'm going down like that, this steep hill like this. And man, I just taking my time because I'm not familiar. I don't know how soon that corner will have. Man, they jump past me. A big tank one, I don't know. Yeah, he hauling gas up in the mountain.
How about gears that truck will have to boy?
They have,
About 15?
yeah, they just have, and they just have like 16 going forward, I believe, and 16 reverse or something.
What?
But what it is the range, eh? You know, they have double axle on the truck. So they start off with the low range to pull the load and no clutch, you know. Yeah, you're working with the rev of the engine. You know, you go.
Omar, you like to drive a truck up
No.
there?
I had one, you know. I go get my CDL and all kind of thing because you know I'm a trucker.
Exactly. So that's why I'm asking, as
Yeah.
a trucker, you think you can make it up, yeah?
Nah, it's too tiring, boy. It's the
Much
road, to the road, to the length of the road. And then I want to pee all the time now with this age. I want to sleep in the middle of the day. I can't do that. I walk in just before, when I walk in with them guys and them, right? I start to feel so.
But you will flip the camera on, yeah?
Oh, it's running. Okay.
But it's okay.
So far, so good.
I was my own boss, you know. So when I say the boss never bother with me because he said once you do your work, I have no problem with you. So when I go down the road and I feel sleepy, I pull in the rest up. That's how life started changing for me. In the middle of the day, I want to sleep. I say, well, I can't drive this truck going down there, you know. I pull in one of the Pampano and possibly the AC running. I'll take a little half an hour sleep,
Yeah.
you know.
That was important.
Yeah, well, somebody report me. And one day I went in the office for something. And he said, I need you to go down here, you know, if you don't mind, you know. And how you say that again, buddy? And he said, yeah. And don't be sleeping on the way. I want you to go straight there. You know, so like somebody tell him
Somebody snitched on you.
Yeah.
They snitched.
You can't come here and pull out Trini style.
Let me ask you this, Opie. You know, they say that I remember coming here, truckers not supposed to have more than 5 hours actual driving time. Then must pull aside and sleep.
Yeah, they have
How many hours already?
I
5
can't-
hours?
I don't know if it changed now. I can't remember. I think it's 4 hours, yes?
4 hours.
I think so.
Unless you have a companion with you who will take over.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. But they have a log. There's not a log. You know, but Trinidadians will cheat that log too, you know.
Really?
You know?
Really?
Yeah, them fellas, I hear them talk already. They reach up paying so much hours and so much hours when people will take you know, more time. But compliance is very important with these people here. You know, you have got to comply. You have your logbook to register when you. But I think now the truck come in with something. Yeah, will tell when they stop, how long they stop, and all of that.
Control boy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, with every new problem or requirement, there's always something new introduced, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, like waste stations, for instance. I know the trucks have to still pull off and go into a waste station.
Must.
That was spoken of in Trinidad, you know, but I've never seen it happen.
Yeah, the overloading is a big thing because it could damage. They're very, very serious about that because truck has been known to cause a lot of accidents. A lot of accidents. You know?
Yeah.
So bad tires, all these things breaking up. You know, so they're very, very serious. Most truckers come out of trucking because of that. Denny's come out of trucking. He was a trucker too. Up the grounds. He couldn't wait to resign from that.
I myself, you know,
Yeah.
when I heard of all the things that are going to happen, you know, going down even to the oil fields, and they want different things, you know, the truck equipped with that, it became a little too much.
Yeah. Yes. Over here, it's plenty stuff. The first thing you have to do when you're picking up in that truck is you have to walk around with that chart and make sure your wiper, and every day, you know, before you start that truck, check your wipers, check the light, make sure the blade's good. You check the wheel nut, walk around, you check your tires, you check your springs, you look for anything. You have to walk that whole truck before you get in and start that truck. When you go in there now, you make sure everything working.
What about when they pull in containers? They have to be very responsible too.
Of course, but that's the main.
More so.
Yeah.
Because that is the worst
That-
part of it.
That is the part there. Most of the truck pulling
Containers. Yeah.
long things like container too, you know, 53 feet long. Then you have containers. You have, you know, and then they have.
Mums, guess what the cover is, Alan, please.
Yeah. I think you could use the cover. I don't know. A plate or something, Luis? I don't know. Yeah.
To cover your pot there, Lee.
Oh, just put it back in the pressure cooker and just cover it.
Okay, Luis.
Okay. Let me help you, Luis. Yeah.
Or if you look, oh, watch
I
me.
put it.
No, if you look on through, you see the last draw underneath there?
Which one you talking about?
The last draw.
Yeah. Always container.
Oh, we.
Or put them in a container.
Yeah, I say so. When you-
No, there are no big container like that.
Okay.
Put it back in the pot, man.
Yeah, let me put it
Yeah.
back in the
And
box.
that just keep it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you do.
No, just press it. No,
Oh, this is. Oh, man.
Don't get fired from the kitchen, you know.
Oh, shucks. I am not a kitchen man.
So what was going on there?
We just had to put the pot into
Yeah.
The pressure cooker.
and he was going to point out.
Point
And I am
into
like,
the
no.
So okay, coming back to this thing now about
Yeah.
trucking, right?
Mm.
Oh, maybe we should switch to something that you were telling me yesterday. So after coming up here, eventually different, you know, episodes of whatever job you were doing, you were mentioning something about trees. You went into landscaping,
Oh, yeah.
and then you were talking yesterday about, because we planted an avocado, and I was really listening to you yesterday. You know, back home, Louis says, let's put this avocado into the ground. Dig a big hole, put it down deep, and I cover it up, and I actually smothered the
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
that
The
trunk
flare.
area, right?
Yeah, the flare. They call it the trunk flare, where the root meet the tree. You see that flare?
Yes,
It makes
yes.
you gotta leave that a little exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you must leave that exposed.
Whereas we kind of mount it up.
We enter that, we do that.
Yes.
Well, man, I get into landscaping because I had a little money in it. From repairing pumps, I started going to landscape. I said, wait a minute, this thing have a steady income, you know?
Mhm.
I was looking for that because people calling you off and on, and you don't know how the month might go. You know, sometimes you call to fix the pump
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. So I see these guys every month again and check. I say, well, man, I need something steady, you know.
Right.
And was a nice switch, you know.
Yeah. So then I started appreciating, you know, flowers and different plants and whatnot.
Flowers and faunas.
Yeah, then we started trimming trees because they had trees.
Yeah.
Buy a couple of equipment and then to trim trees. Next thing you know, the city come. You have a license? No, I ain't got no license. But you gotta get your license now.
Mhm.
You must have your license. You can't trim no tree.
They're very strict up here about these things.
They're very, very strict. So now because I was doing it for about 10 years, they allowed me to take the exam, the adverse exam.
Yeah.
Because
If-
now you have experience.
Yeah, so I had to get letters and I had to get information for them from the places I work. So these people had to go back in the file and look and see how long I was doing it. I think you're supposed to have about 3 years experience, but I had about 10 years.
Yeah.
So the ISA allowed me, that's the International Society of Arborists, is an organization that control arboriculture. So they were not, because of that, they allow me now. Otherwise, you gotta go to school. I think it's 3 years in school and sometime in college or
Wow.
some kind of thing like that. So I get away with that.
The timing was right.
So now, to study the exam is, look at my age, you know. So that was a big deal for me to put my mind back together. And
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you're in high school, you know. And then you start back, you're doing science. You have to do the soil science. You had to do
So you
everything.
actually went to school or you did it online?
No, I had to study on my own. I had a book. They give me all the information to study.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of online help too
Mm-hmm.
that you have to use, and so you gotta. Well, they have chapters you're going down the road. So soil is one.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to, you know, in school you know the different level of soil and how it works and what kind of soil, and then you have to learn about the acidity in soil. You know, all the different things. How the soil interact with the plant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fertile soil, organic soil. How they create it. You know, how from the foundation of the earth. How it's a real detailed study. All the bedrock and everything. You're studying everything coming right up. Every level of the soil coming right back up to the organic matter, and you have to you study how it is formed to why it's formed like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's very detailed. They
So how
don't-
long it took you?
I took more than I probably took a year.
But it was well worth it.
Oh yeah. It so that's just one part of it.
Yeah.
Then you had to go and do the biology of the tree itself. The tree, just like the human, how it have transportation taking place with nutrient all over the tree. You know, how it pulls it from the thing, how the leaf open, the stomata open and release gas, and how it absorb the carbon, how it release oxygen. You know,
Interesting.
how photosynthesis, you know, the process of that, how that take place in the plant itself. And every single plant does that,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so you had that detail, everything detailed. And it's a good thing I went through the details because I'm telling you, when I did the first exam, I realized they weren't concentrating on the thing that most of the general thing. It's the detail they want.
Mhm.
The little details
Mhm.
that you might think is not so important. That is the
That is what
question.
is
That's where the
important.
question comes in. That's where I mean, you're trying to fool us here, you know. They want that little. They want to know you know it. So, anyway, that is that part. Then the tree itself, the growing of the tree, how you have to groom the tree,
Shape it.
for it to be a solid structure. You know, you have to have like you know which branch you're supposed to eliminate which one you
Yes.
gotta cut.
Mhm.
You know, so that
Everything have a science, eh?
yeah, and how to cut it. You know, when
I'll
the
have to get
cut
some tips from you, Omar.
Because back home, all we do is walk up with a cutlass and chop a branch, you know.
yeah, it like it have growing season.
I always use a clipper, yeah? That reminds me, I have to get one.
Yeah, no, you see that what the kind of thing you use to trim it to.
Mm-hmm.
We have well, like a clipper is what they call a bypass.
Mhm.
Like it work like a scissors kind of thing.
Yes, yeah.
It has certain plant you can't cut that without that. You have to use that.
Yeah.
If not, you start the
Yeah.
thing. So even that, even the
What
equipment
equipment you
to use
Yeah.
to trim it is like if you take ordinary we have a plant that we call the trinets. We call it the local name trinets, right?
Mhm.
If you take your trimmer that we normally trim a hedge with,
Mhm.
that will damage that. We've seen that already. Start when the way the trimmer work,
It's okay.
it zog it and then and you look at it now, it started rotting right. It rot.
Yeah.
You know, you really gotta get a bypass and
Yeah.
cut that.
I notice that
Yeah.
sometimes when there is a certain shears that
Yeah.
plants use to trim the exoras,
Yeah.
and the edge look serrated.
Yeah. If it gets irritated,
It's
if
not
that
good.
is the shares won't sharpen, you
Yeah.
know. But anytime you kind of bust it up like kind of way,
Yeah.
it started rotting.
So, but when I use my clipper,
yeah,
it does better.
yeah, the clipper is
It takes longer
yeah,
because when you do that
yeah,
with the shears, you do it quicker.
yeah,
But with the clipper now, you're going along, it takes longer.
yeah.
But I find the cut is clean.
Yeah, the
with
cut
the
have to
clipper.
be clean. It gotta be clean. And then we had to learn about a thing they call compartmentalization, where when you cut the branch, okay, like in let's say you're using that same clipper to trim your orchid or whatever it is, you'll notice we call it a node. In the branch, you have a little thing come out here,
Yes.
then there'll be a little space here, and then you have another branch with
Yeah.
one. Is it a fruit or a branch one to come out here?
Yeah.
So this part between here is called a node. When you're trimming, you look for the internode. You look for between.
Between.
Yeah, you don't want to cut on the node itself.
Because it could rot it.
Yeah, you cut on the internode.
Mm-hmm.
Why we trim? The reason we trim is because the tip of flowering plant or fruit bearing plant, this end of it here is a dominating bud. It's called an apical node. I forget the name, but he dominates the whole plant. The whole.
Because that is the part that's going to flower.
Yeah, no, he'll flower, right?
Mhm.
But he'll only bring one. But he dominates the whole stem. This whole stem,
Mm-hmm.
he is the boss here when he's here. So what we do, we eliminate him. When you eliminate him now, we have more shoots coming out
Yeah.
different sides. But he like to rule, you know. So you notice that when they trim like a fruit tree, you clip him off. You clip that tip off. Although he might have a flower or something coming out there, you clip him off in time before he starts. So that's another thing though. You have to know when to a fruit tree, you have to know when to trim it. You don't want to trim it in that.
Yeah.
There's a little dominant part of the tree when, before it comes into season. Some trees, they perform better when you trim them before the season. Some tree is better after the season. So you have all that to consider. So it's look like whatever fruit trees you have, you like to do a little research on the tree itself so you know which is better.
When it's better.
Yeah.
Like Felipe planted a beautiful Caribbean cherry
Uh-huh.
in Cora.
Uh-huh.
Omar, that tree, first time it did well. I think last year it just be one or two.
Yeah.
But this year, boy, when I tell you. And then Lasana said we need to trim the tree, but I thought this tree need to be a game.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if that's the first fruit, the
Yeah.
one cut that now.
Yeah.
Again, you're gonna.
You
not
think
get
you're
any
doing
more
something,
fruit,
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So I say, Sana, leave it for a little bit. Let us wait a little bit. And maybe as the rain fell, flowers, fruits, tree hanging down, you know, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So after that bearing, I
Right.
kind of trim it.
That could work too. But what happened? You don't want the tree to overbear
Mm-hmm.
because it'll break the branches. It stress the branches and then
Yeah, the
and
branches.
you're making the branch. So when it's young, if you want a long lasting tree,
Mm-hmm.
now trees could flower and bear plenty
Mm-hmm.
if you put in nutrients in it like um, nitrogen and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's two things happen. You'll get a shorter life tree. Once you put fertilizer on the tree's supposed to grow naturally.
Yes.
When you try to help it along too much, it weakens the tree. It shortens the life of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So the best advice for that is when you plant it, you groom it, right? And when it's reached, it will start to flowers for itself.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
what
branches.
happened with this plant.
Yeah,
It was like about 2 or 3 years before it really.
yeah.
It grew on its own. We didn't
Yeah.
put no such fertilizer and so.
Well, that is how you're not supposed to put, when you transplant a tree, you're not supposed to put fertilizer right away.
Okay.
The tree is still in shock,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So what you're doing,
Yeah, sure.
this-
So it's a good thing we didn't put anything yet on the avocado
the-
tree.
Yeah, the tree is when you transplant it, right? It gets shocked because you're going from one place to another.
Yeah.
What a tree does when you put nutrient in it, right? He pulls away the defense from the tree. There's a defense in the tree to
Mhm.
defend of like bugs and different things that might come and lay on it and whatnot.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have the defense.
So if you
When you put nutrient on the tree, what it does, it takes away the defense and it concentrates on growing and producing the fruit.
Mhm.
It produces fruit.
it come like it loses immunity.
That's right. That is the word. Immunity. It takes away the immunity, the defense, and it concentrates. So nutrient does two things, right? It's for growing
And bearing.
and bearing.
But don't do it too soon.
You're really not. If the tree is functioning good, as arborists, we tell the people, don't interfere with it. If you
Just
see,
let it grow for itself.
yeah, if you're looking at it and the leaves is telling you there's a deficiency here in the soil, and it needs that is the time you apply that. But if the tree is functioning good on itself,
Mhm.
you don't touch it. You
Okay.
leave it. Yeah, too much. Like people on the grass, they use too much thing. Eventually, that plant, the grasses them just go weak. So any bug, any disease come,
No resistance.
no resistance, and they have to go and buy different chemical to kill this. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And another thing with that is that we have good bacteria. We have good pests too. You know. So by you're constantly doing that, you're eradicating sometimes the good ones, the one that will eat the bad pests.
Mhm.
You understand? So you're having resurgence of these things coming out all the time. So you're constantly dealing with this trouble. You understand? What can make life easy is just monitor it and let it grow naturally. Once it grows naturally, you have a stronger plant, whether it's grass or tree, and you don't try to make it do what you want to do, you know.
So Omar, that part of being that knowledge now
Yeah.
is going to help you a lot with your business.
Oh yeah, well, our job is to make sure the tree is growing properly
Mm-hmm.
and the grass is growing the way it's supposed to grow.
Right.
And there's no eradication of what they call bugs and pests. It's more what they did in the beginning when they use eradication as the main thing. Hey, we gotta get rid of this disease, this plant, which thing. So after World War II, they had a lot of chemicals that they used, and what it did, it destroyed
Mm-hmm.
the good pests, the pests that would eat the bad one.
Yeah.
And here how that works. When it come in again, right? The good pest that eats the bad one, he takes twice as long to reemerge than the bad one. The bad one will come back and so they had to struggle with that to get to fix that problem. Now the final conclusion right now about that is that we are not going to eradicate, we're going to control. We have to control, so we're not, so in my properties what I do is that we don't have a problem with bugs. Very rare we might have a problem with cinch bug in the grass or whatever. And we haven't had that for a while, but other people struggle with that.
But
Because,
at one time, if I'm not mistaken, when we were in Canada, Levi was telling us that,
Right.
because he was big into
Yeah.
gardening and so
Okay, yeah.
that they are not allowed to use chemicals.
Some countries now have totally gotten rid of it.
Yeah.
If it's not organic
Mhm.
or earth friendly, or they're not going
Because
to use it.
a lot of chemical in the air is dangerous too, eh?
Yeah, to a certain extent you have to. I see it as a necessary thing sometimes, some places, because you could get a bad infection. Like if I go to a property and it has a bad infection, you have to actually take the soil out, and which is costly and all of this. So because it gets into the soil. So in some cases, if it's controlled, easy, easy. And then there's a time and season too that you have to understand when that is coming around, when those bugs will come,
So all of that in your study.
Yeah, you have to know the timing of when these bugs come in,
Mhm.
when they wouldn't be here, when they would
So you
be
take
here.
preventative.
Yeah, so you
measures.
prepare for that. You prepare your plant for that.
Mhm.
So we would okay, we're gonna have a no growing season pretty soon coming
Something
down.
went wrong. Try again in a few seconds.
No, it didn't. Yeah, coming down to the end of the year when it get cold here.
Mhm.
When nothing really grows, you remain dormant a little bit.
Mhm.
We just have a little taste of dormancy, like how the north has it, but not to that extent. It still grow, but not as fast as it would grow normally in the summer and this
Yeah.
time. Yeah, so we kind of prepare for that a little bit and stuff.
Omar, excuse me. I noticed this morning that you're mulching, right? I saw the guys working on the property and they were mulching. What is the benefit of mulching, really?
Mulching has a lot of benefits. One of the benefits is that it keep the area around the root cool, moist. It maintains the moisture for when it get watered, and it keeps the root of the plant cool. Sun if roots, there are some roots that are very close to the surface, and that could harm them. A lot of trees, it's supposed to be about 6 inches. The feeding roots are actually near the surface, and there is a constant exchange of gases taking place within the atmosphere and the root itself. Yeah, there's not only in the leaves, but it takes place here. So you want healthy surfaces there. You want nice, cool. Heat leave towards the cold. It goes towards the cold. So when it's cold and nice, you get a lot of better exchange. Plus, mulch is really
Beautification too.
for beauty, and it's decomposing.
Given.
There's
Okay.
nutrient in these barks and different things that they use to make mulch.
Mhm.
Like this, it's called recycled nutrient. So you're enriching the soil in a way.
Yeah. Because
That-
it's wood
It's
that
wood.
has been ground.
Yeah,
And
it's
there is.
every leaf, every branch that fall off that tree, everything that has nutrient in it.
Mhm.
So when they recycle that, that is being put back in the ground around the tree. So it's organic matter is really decomposition of these things in various stages. So that goes back into the ground. So that's a help to that. Yeah,
So you keep topping up with
Yeah,
all
we-
the time. How
yeah.
often do you would do that?
We do it twice a year, but that's another thing too. You can't put too much, like I was telling us this morning, because what you could be creating there, you don't go more than 2 inches, because
Right,
what you'd be creating is for little mice or anything to come and live inside of there,
right.
bugs and all kind of things. So you don't want to do that. By the time the end of the year come again, it's done, and you put a
You
little
top
more.
up again.
Yeah. We don't really pull it off. We leave it because we
Yeah.
know we want that. In fact, in our lawnmowers, we have mulchers. So when we cut the grass, it's going back into the ground.
Okay.
You know, so that will rotten there in a little while, and it nutrients. So we barely ever, with our system, the way we work, we don't really fertilize. So
Because
you know,
it goes back.
yeah, that going back there, and when I look at it and see how it goes through the year, then I say, well, okay, we might need to step up a little bit here and put some fertilizer. But we try to avoid leave everything natural,
Yeah.
and yeah, even in a tree itself, you know, like you might see a tree, if you trim it properly, the wind helps it too, you know. When you see they're leaning like this, they have what they call response wood that they grow. While the wind is rocking it, it understands where in the tree is weak, right? And it will grow what they call response wood to strengthen that arm or that connection. Yeah, tree does that. So
It's living, eh?
yeah, so when you see a tree rocking in the wind and stuff, it's not bad for it. It's good. You might see a limb fall off or something like that. It's good too. It's saving somebody's life there too. That branch might have fallen somebody because it's weak, you know. You're getting rid of that. But of course, as arborists, we have to determine that before a weakened branch or dangerous branch, we have to get rid of that. There's what they call you know, like if you're parking, if children is playing in an area, you know, in a park, well, we would have to go and look and see how that tree is functioning, and if there's a
You're
dangerous
talking about
branch.
massive trees.
Yeah, or any tree for that matter, while it's growing and you feel it could be a hazard for somebody later on in life, we try.
Okay, yeah.
What about tree cutting? Is it expensive over here?
Oh yeah, it's expensive, but it's necessary for if you want a long-lasting tree, you know, because branches could be dangerous for the tree itself. The formation of the branch is really what is important. The way it forms on the tree. Sometimes we have included bark, like you see a tree it starts here, and then you see it branch off into 2 branches,
Okay.
and it's growing like that. This is what they call included bark. This is weakened here, right? Because the bark that form pushes against each other. So in a windstorm or something, it could split the tree apart. So what we do is while that tree is growing, we see that this eventually, you have to look and create one structure, one central figure,
Right.
you know, from the trunk. He has to be the main leader. Yeah, right? You want one central figure, one central leader going up, you know, and then you got the branches going all the day. But once you see from underneath that, when that tree was young, you have to get rid of this. You have to determine which one is the central figure and get rid of the next one. So that eventually it will grow, but when it gets big, it will tear apart. So you look for those things too.
What about the law? Does the law insist that there are trees that are dangerous and that the property owners must remove it? Is there any kind of legislation or anything like that?
Arborists, the law has in place maybe thing to protect the property owners. Maybe the property owners, if can't determine that that tree is dangerous. Arborists will have to come. They have, whenever a property owner might feel that this tree is a danger to his home or to his property, he probably would contact the HOA or
That's his
somebody.
responsibility.
Um,
For his own,
no, but he has to go through an arborist. They have to get an arborist involved now. The idea, the general idea is not to really get rid of the tree or try to save the tree.
mhm.
And most because they are very important to us, you know, for oxygen, for shade, for everything. So he would have to call the HOA. The HOA calls the arborist, and the arborist come now and see if it is a danger to the house. You probably look at the rooting system, the different things, and he makes the call.
Okay.
That's why the arborist is important. He make the
Yeah.
call to say.
He studied that, eh?
Yeah, you
So-
understand that. So he
So
will say, well, hey, but the owner can't really determine that, especially if it's in an HOA area. A fellow who has a private home like ours.
What is HOA? Sorry.
Homeowners Association.
Oh, right. Fine.
Yeah, you know, you live in a community and they have that.
Mm-hmm.
They're in charge of how the landscape and everything, and they determine what goes and what stays.
Mhm.
But the house belonged to him, you know. So he's saying that, you know. So I had to write a letter for a lady one time because what was happening? The tree was right in front of the house, and this is all her tiles to walk in the house and everything, and it broke. The root broke up everything around there,
Right.
and you know. So I was recommending that they remove it so she could enjoy her property. But at the same time, you have to be ethical. One of these part of this job is governed by ethics, you know. So you don't want, because this lady pay you some money, and she has to pay you, you know, that you would insist they remove it for the wrong reason, you
So
know.
that's where the,
Yeah, yeah. So you have to, yeah, you have to make good decisions too.
Mhm.
Otherwise, your license is involved too.
Right.
Yeah, because we're governed under ISA.
What kind of penalty would we call it arborist incur if he makes a wrong decision?
Or he could lose his license very easily.
Really?
He could lose his license.
like if damage afterwards.
Yeah, and all of that. Or if he didn't determine that tree branch that was over the house with children in a playground, and eventually it fall, and you know, he really has
Serious job then.
to. Yeah, you have to
Serious
do
job.
what they call like an analysis,
Mm.
but it's more detailed than that. It has to take into consideration the drop zone, where it might fall, what it might impact, you know,
Mm-hmm.
especially if the area has people. That's number one. If it cars parking here, and then you have to look at the tree itself and examine the tree. You have to do testing on the tree, and you know, you have different things to test the strength of the tree too. You have different equipment. You could you know,
Mhm.
the density test and all of that. Then you have to look at the soil and see if it's structural, if it's solid, or if if they got issues with the tree. Before you make the call, you have a long list of stuff you have to write up. So you know. Yeah.
So it would be advisable for homeowners
Well,
to be
excuse
very.
me, guys.
Yeah.
It's nice sitting here with you all. Very interesting, Omar.
Oh, we thank you for being with us in the study.
One more question, okay. It would be advisable for homeowners to be very aware of planting a tree on your property, let's say like even in Trin City, planting a tree that is going to be in a little while too huge for the property, maybe pose a danger to things around, people around, homes around. You know, it's not just to say, well, I love a palm tree that is tall and big.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people in the early years in Trin City plant palm trees that had to be cut down eventually. You know. They planted it on the pavement area,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You know, those trees that would grow tall, right?
Yeah.
So one needs to be careful about, I guess, you know, about what you plant on your property that is not a large property because the tree can grow out of hand,
Yeah.
could be form a danger, eh?
Well, tree care comes in and plays an important part. People, one of the things that they, where they're concerned about is canopy cover. Canopy cover is the whole top of the tree,
Mm.
right? What we don't have in the world right now is more canopy cover, right? And that's one of the reasons the earth is heating up, like on your roof. So what people do now, they're planting trees that could cover part of the roof where the sun comes up. So you save on the electrical bill too. You know, it keeps the house cool. But at the same time, you gotta take care of the trees. You gotta be grooming the trees and making sure there's no danger, imposing any danger.
Mm-hmm.
You see what happened with asphalt and concrete, like on the road, right? They're changing, like cities now are constantly changing or advocating for more trees. Yeah, more trees, because what happened, we have more roads, we have more construction. All these things absorb the heat, right? And they release this heat in the night. So you got a heated atmosphere. So what somebody's doing now, they're planting trees along the road so that it covers the road, you know?
Mm.
So this is how everything will eventually be. You will have, like if they're gonna put a new road in, they're gonna put trees.
Okay.
And it's
Part
beside
of the
being
planning.
yeah,
Mhm.
beside being beautiful, trees and all these things have a positive effect on our nature. They find in crime-ridden areas, when they develop parks and different things, they have less crime. Hospitals, when they have more landscape and more trees, people tend to heal faster.
Right.
Yeah.
The soothing effect.
Yeah, so the whole trend in the world, supposedly, in these countries like this, America here, I think most of these cities now are going towards that, because it definitely has an impact on the environment.
Yes.
The people and we breathe oxygen from these things. You know, these things is that, you know, you have nice clean air. It cleans the air too. You know, it takes in the carbon, right? Releases oxygen. So that's good for us. You know, so the more plants you have around your home and the more trees, and now trees are bigger than small things. So you have more, like with a big tree, you have more oxygen releasing, you know, more carbon filtering through the tree,
Mm.
which would make your life healthy.
Of course,
you
of
know,
course,
so
of course, yes.
so size doesn't matter with trees, just the care.
The care of it.
The caring of the tree.
I want to take a walk outside with you, if you don't mind.
No.
Omar, that painted behind, was it done by Laura?
I think so.
I think so, isn't it?
Yeah, I think she did that.
Your daughter Laura, right?
Yeah, that's in her early days.
Beautiful, man, beautiful. Laura, you did a wonderful job. If you ever look at this video.
Yeah, today she's a master in that.
Very good. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So just take a little peep outside at what you have done around the house.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All these coconut trees weren't here when we first came, right?
No. You wanna
Okay.
move down here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I love coconut because of the fruit and the shade, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So the way we have, eventually, you see I have one here, one there, this whole area will be covered. So in the middle of the day, you could be, you see I still have sun spots around here, right?
Right.
Little sun areas, but eventually when they all come together, this would always be in the shade.
This will be like the canopy you're talking about.
Yeah. That.
Using the coconut palm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I put these trees on the wrong place. You see these trees on the side of the house here?
Uh-huh. The silver mangrove?
They call it the silver button.
Silver button.
Yeah. Those are really supposed to be on that side of the house because that's where the sun goes down. You see? The sun go through that area there
Uh-huh.
and it heats up that side of the house and then it go behind these trees here.
Right.
So in the evening these trees will all this will cool down because of those trees. You go behind these trees here.
Good, good,
You
good.
see? But actually, these trees on this side, this line of silver button here,
Mm.
this is really supposed to be on that side of the house.
Okay.
You know, we have a whole line going up there.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
You know, so now that would protect that wall in the living room over there.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so I now started to develop that.
Very good.
Yeah.
And I like your Maracas Bay. Your Maracas Bay. A touch of home, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this bougainvillea is supposed to run out hide this fence here.
Uh-huh.
You know, and have that one. So you're not seeing the fence, you know?
Right,
What you'll just see is flowers. I had it block off from the dogs going that way,
right.
you know.
Yes.
So this here I have a mango tree.
Sorry, uh-huh.
I have a cashew tree over there.
Right.
I have some bananas into the edge down there.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I have bananas here in the back here. You see?
Mm-hmm.
You see that tree there? That it's
Yes.
there already.
Let's take a walk, man. I want to get a close up of that.
Okay. This is my hammock here.
Well, I know why. I know a treaty like you, I'm okay.
Yeah. So put your head here. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yep. This is called a weeping bottle tree.
That's not the weeping willow, what we call it back home.
I make it.
Yeah, the weeping willow.
This one here. This bears are red flowers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it's starting to grow now. You see it growing out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I trim it here, and it start. You see the difference? Where I cut it, you see between the nodes, right?
Right.
And I would pick up this whole new branch here, and you have all these going out here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this might be a flower coming out in the end here. Yeah, it has a little red flowers in it. So
Mm-hmm.
this here. So
Fever grass, somebody said it's lemongrass.
yeah.
Known as lemongrass
Yeah,
also,
known-
right?
Known as lemongrass.
So-
I find it tastes like Earl Grey tea.
Earl Grey.
Yeah, I find so. So I don't know if same thing. This is my banana here.
Oh yeah, man.
I had to prop him up a little bit
I feel
here.
like I'm up in Cora, boy.
yeah.
Ah, nice, man, nice.
Yeah. I have some cassava growing here. You see?
Yeah, yeah.
There's cassava here. And then I put some plantain there. And then I have a bamboo here. So this bamboo, you know, growing up. So those palms are supposed to grow up and cover the fence. You see them? I have one covering it here already. So,
Yeah.
and then I put all of these here going down the road. So they cover. This will grow up and
Yeah, yeah.
go tall.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, and then so let me see. I have this mango here. I just cut the top of this mango.
What kind of mango this will be?
You know, I really don't know. Somebody just throw this thing here, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I just cut the top now for it to start to spread. I
Right.
was supposed to cut this one, but the blade wasn't good. So
Okay.
yeah, but they got survive. And then there's another mango coming nice. They see how I cut the top and it started springing.
That's right.
You know.
Mhm.
You see, it was just one going up in the middle.
Right.
Now it goes all over.
Yeah, Lasana told me about that, you know.
Mhm.
About doing that on a tree across the road from him.
So then we go here. This
Man, you feel this feel like Trinidad, man, except for the pine trees, of course.
Yeah, this is.
But then I guess we have up on Mount St. Benedict, you could get these pine trees. Is that kind of similar
yeah,
pine?
Yeah, it's same.
Right.
They call conifers. Yeah.
Okay.
But they look like they had a whole bunch of.
Hey, what you need is a donkey cart, boy.
I don't get.
Yeah, and start selling coconuts.
You see?
Yeah.
That badge, you know, you see?
Yeah.
They plant that. You see? This tree here is a sapodilla. You see?
Sapodilla,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is a sapodilla. You see what I did with this? You see, I cut all of these off.
Mm-hmm.
You see, all of these, I cut these off.
Right.
So they will come heal themselves, and then the tree start pushing up now.
Okay.
So I have this going up. You know?
Yes.
And that's, you don't want the tree growing from the ground going, like it hinders the growth of the.
Right.
So you groom the tree, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, you see like that how I cut this? Look at this. This one you have a good view of it here.
Bandania growing there too?
Okay.
Look in the back there.
Oh yeah, she growing banana in that.
Shut up, anyway.
Yeah. She have a little growing thing. Yeah, we make a little. I'm making a little nursery here. I let this bougainvillea go on that little shed there. So my son-in-law come and put down a lot of mangoes inside of there. You see?
Okay, good.
He have a little
Mm-hmm.
nursery going there. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. See how nice the mango spread now?
Right.
So I clip the top. You see the top there?
Yeah.
I clip that top back, and then you see it start shooting new
That's
growth
right.
coming
That's
all over
right,
the
yeah.
place now. But
Yeah.
nice and wide, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This is,
This is a pepper tree?
yeah, that's a pepper. Yeah.
Mm.
You want to go to the front and see some? I have some over there. You want to take the golf cart or you're walking? You want to ride the golf cart?
Where's the golf cart?
Look right there, man. Let me go bring it. I'll go bring it.
Okay, fellas. Tiger Woods is just about to jump on this golf cart. So we're going for a little ride. Can I start?
Nah, don't worry. It's battery.
Okay. I was just about to push you, you know. Follow spin?
Let's go, man.
Okay, fellas, so we're riding a golf cart.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Santa boy, you have your YBR, and I've got my golf cart.
What's the YBR?
It's a motorcycle, yes.
Oh, you still have a motorcycle?
Mm-hmm. Nothing heavy duty, you know, but
Yeah.
it gets around still.
Yeah. This here is Gumbo Limbo.
What?
A Gumbo Limbo.
Gumbo Limbo.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
another one there. Right. And then I have here, I have another mango growing there. And I forget what the wife said this is. She planted this tree here and I had to cut the top of this tree off. You see?
Mm.
Yeah. And I think I just groomed this one. She did that again. She planted that. But that one over there is a Japanese blueberry. That tall one you see growing there.
Right. Japanese blueberry.
Yeah, let me drive by there and show you what I did to prevent it, to help it to start to spread. Yeah. You see, you had two main leaders here, you see? You see? Now
Right.
it would have split. If you see underneath here,
Mm.
you see it begin to split. You see?
Right.
You see? So now you have to get, I suppose come back and cut it down lower here. You see? Right here.
Okay.
So how to prevent this from growing. So this is your central leader now.
Mm-hmm.
You know? This guy here is going to be the central guy. And you see, if you notice on top now, it's starting to spread. You see? This is supposed to shape like an umbrella. When
Right.
you finish, it's supposed to spread and go. Oh, these get huge. You know, this is supposed to ride on top of the house there.
How long it took to reach this size anyway?
Not long, maybe about 3-4 years probably. for the
Okay.
most. Yeah,
And what is it called? Japanese
blueberry.
blueberry.
Yeah, Japanese.
It has a fruit?
Nah.
Okay.
It doesn't have a fruit. It just has the color the leaf. It give you if you notice one or two of the leaves kind of get an orange color.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pretty soon as it grows, when you look at the whole tree, you'll see more of those. You know, so you get a two-color effect.
Mm-hmm. That look pretty, yeah?
Yeah. And oh man, you talk. If you stand here, if you stand on it, this is one of the best shade you could get. This here, when you stand here,
Mm-hmm.
this when this get huge, like we have some huge one on the property,
Mm-hmm.
this is like cold in the day. In the heat of the day, you could come under this tree and it's really nice and cool. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why
okay.
I put one here,
Right.
hoping this will go over the top of the house there.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Mm.
Yeah. And I have bamboo here. I'll go drive up by the bamboo.
Back to the golf cart. Did you bring a club?
No, no golfing today.
No golfing today.
Yeah. And so this is the bamboo here.
Yeah.
See?
Oh yes, man. Yes.
You see, it's very nice, right? I suppose I want to make like a cover over the driveway, right? But if you
That's okay.
look at this canopy cover I have here on this driveway. You know, this might be something interesting here. So, you see how I put the coconut trees?
Right.
But you notice it's shaded right through now.
That is correct.
So this is the canopy cover you're really looking for in your property to shade.
Yes. Yes.
you
Yes.
see?
Yes.
So you could park your car here, nice and smooth. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I have on this underneath this grass here, has some asphalt kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and we put the grass on top of it. You know?
Omar, I helped you plant some of these coconut
Yeah,
trees,
you
remember?
did. Yeah, all of these.
Okay,
This row
okay.
here, we planted all of these.
When was that? A couple of years back, about 5, 6, 7?
Yeah, I think that's about 5 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah.
That plant there is pretty popular back home now.
Yeah, this needs
Bromella,
sun.
is it?
Bromeliads, yeah.
Bromeliads?
This need more sun. You see, this is, if you notice, you see those have a higher color in the end there.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
That is where the sun take it. But you usually, I just put it there to store it really.
uh-huh.
But if you look in the back where the sun hits, you see how nice and yellowish
Mm-hmm.
it looks. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the color you really want there. Yeah, I just leave it there because I don't have no way to put them, you know. But sometime when like I'm supposed to put some in the back, which I haven't done yet. But yeah, I have these. This is a small Japanese blueberry here. I got to move it though, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a bougainvillea here.
So you can lift that out there, so put it somewhere else and
Oh, yeah.
continue to grow.
Yeah, I take it out properly though.
Okay.
You know. And then
You can make cookie broom with that, way.
yeah, I have some sea grapes growing in the back here. Let's just go out there and I'll show you this. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll get it. Yeah.
Okay, folks, so we're going downtown now. Mm-hmm.
Let me just pull it back in again before the dog run away.
Okay. You're kidding?
Yes, waiting for me to leave that gate open.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Weather looks pretty threatening out there, huh?
Oh yeah. You can see when the rain coming out here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that coming our way?
Yeah, you can come this out. You see, so I put sea grapes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I just trimmed them the other day.
They make a lovely hedge, you know.
Yeah.
Twin City Mall has a couple of these growing well.
I see grapes too. I want them come. Oh, you see how big this bamboo got?
Okay, okay, yeah.
You see? Real big, eh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So this is down the street here. This people have some horses here. You see they have the place in. Yeah. That's my neighbor down there.
Okay.
Jose. He got some nice oak in front here, you see?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. There's an oak.
The old oak tree, boy.
Yeah, boy. Jose!
You know, something used to say there was a wise old owl lived in an oak tree. The less he spoke, the wiser he got.
Oh, really?
The more he heard, the less he spoke. That wise old owl. I've spoiled it, but it's a really good saying he had.
Yeah. Ain't got much to see down there, but
Oh, yes. There we go, fellas. Is that a tornado coming there? You don't get tornadoes up here, do you?
yeah, okay.
This area?
No, not much. But they do have, you know, America have everything. Good, the bad, and everything.
The good, the bad.
Yeah.
Here we are. Yeah, man. How you feel to be driving your BMW? Eh?
Good, man. Feel the breeze in your face.
I can feel the breeze, man. You're moving at about 200 miles an hour.
I don't know. Maybe you want to see the new development there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, there goes a kid on a bike.
Yeah. Let me see.
But Omar, the last time we were here, that wasn't even in sight, that development, eh?
No. You see? They're making different things here. They have, I think that link all the way on the next side. You see? They're making a track around the, you see, they have a track around the lake now, a road they're making. Look like they're making a little golf course or something inside of there.
So these homes would be very expensive?
$800,000.
Hey, take this thing flip over here. Go.
Yeah.
There's a hydrant right here?
I think so. There's some kind of work or something. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, $800,000, buddy.
Sorry, I missed that. How much was it, you said?
800,000. Yeah.
Condominiums?
No homes.
That's all, okay.
Yeah, 4 bedrooms. Upstairs and downstairs. Yeah. They're pretty big.
800,000. Who can afford that, boy?
Oh yeah, you would be surprised. The amount of people waiting on that list. And they're building and in there. Right?
Yeah, let me get it.
No, I'll go get it, man. Yeah. Plenty of them, man.
So folks, we're back here. I want to say a big shout out to all our subscribers, those who care about us, those who follow us. Someone was saying, you know, that we should employ more names when we call. I should really have written. I didn't plan to do this long video, but at the same time, folks, we welcome and thank you very much for being close to us as we video along our journey. Thank you very much, and do take care of yourselves. I think I will end this video at this is a beautiful spot here. So Omar, thank you very much.
You're welcome, man.
And do have a pleasant weekend, everyone, wherever you are, in Maryland, in Trin City, in Port of Spain, San Fernando, you know, wherever you might be. You follow us. We love you. Take good care.